Adhesion. We're here for the Endurance League at the Nurburgring. My name's Mark, and joining me in the commentary booth is Steve. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing fantastic, Mark. Thank you very much. It's great to be here in at Nurburgring, the heart of Germany. Plenty of ups and downs and roundabouts and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see how these drivers cope with this Grand Prix track with the GT3s going around it. Brilliant.
I mean, ups and downs on a racetrack I can certainly understand, but roundabouts is certainly interesting. I think
he's a public track, so there may be some roundabout.
I think, you know what, Steve, let's bin off this championship and let's just judge all the drivers on their ability to make three-point turns or reverse around a corner.
No, that would be interesting.
But I suppose that will be a lot less fun for you guys, the viewers on YouTube. Hello, thank you for watching. Give us a like and a follow and a subscribe and all that YouTubery algorithmy stuff if you haven't already. And yeah, welcome on in. So I think, yeah, Steve, should we have a look at the standings first of all?
I think we should do, yeah. If we can get the standings up, that'd be brilliant.
So of course, this is round 6 for the league, and we're yeah, there we go. Standings are coming.
Admin's gone mad.
It's all right. We can wait and oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. We've got standings. So we've got the bottom half of the standings. It's all right. Steve, do you want to run us through the standings?
Yeah, we'll do. Do you want me to go from 38th to 21st?
We can do, yeah.
No worries. In 38th, we've got Stephen Hurd, followed by Tom Malarin and Ollie Ettridge in no particular order. We've got Lucas Scipula, and we've got Isaac Mitchell, followed by Cal Hudson, Clayton Buller, Rich Meesters. Oh, hang on a minute, he's gone. Where's he gone? I'm going mad. Right, okay, let's start again. We got Tom Malarin, 38th. We got Philip Fox, Steve Pepper, Sam Stott, Stephen G from Risky Racing. That'd be we've got Chris Forrester, then James Pepper, Mark Kelly, James Renwick, Pete McIntyre on 12 points, Daniel Bond, Justin. He must have been late to the party. We got Danny Chan, Rob Miller, Rud School, Clement Godet. I hope I've said that right, Clement. And we got Russell and Xiao Tomei up there with 31 points in 21st place.
Okay, thanks for that, Steve.
No worries.
And apologies for the slight technical difficulties.
I think we are having a bit of difficulty.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it's not like we're live or anything, are we?
Not at all. I think it's the squirrels in the in the works.
As we wait for practice to end and for qualifying to commence and complete as well. There we go. We've got some more standings. Nope, those are exactly the same standings.
I think we're struggling a minute.
That's all right. We don't need standings. It doesn't matter who's. Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Oh dear. I hope it's not going to snow. You get snow in summer here, you know.
Do you indeed?
You do. I think it's because it seems to be has its own microclimate, does the Nurburgring, and it has been known to snow in the middle of summer.
Oh, that's a fun fact. Of course, we are here at the Nurburgring. This is not the full Nordschleife layout because we are not that crazy. We are only doing the Grand Prix loop, but it's still just as fun. In fact, it reminds me, just before the drivers took to the track, they were discussing over on the Discord about what the best chicane is in the Nurburgring. Because the final chicane can have 2 different configurations. And yeah, the drivers were getting into a nice heated debate. And if you want to weigh in on that debate, you can click on the link in the description, which I'm really hoping is there. And you can come and join our Discord and say whether you prefer the horrible chicane or the nice one.
Yeah, and it's nice to see there's people already putting comments in the chat box. Good evening, chaps from McPete. I'm presuming that's Pete McIntyre. We got John Cook there, best half of whatever that is. I'd say Yorkshire pudding myself. And let's go from Josh there, fantastic. And obviously Jules at the top with with Mark and Steve. It's great to have you along, guys. The more comments, the merrier. And please, if you're new to the channel and new to the racing, please like and subscribe. It helps all the time. It promotes the league and it promotes the racing. It'd be brilliant.
And now that I've remembered that we are actually live and people can be talking to us, I'm going to get the live chat up as well, so you can talk to me rather than just Steve. So yeah, drop us a message in the chat, say hello, and stop us from going insane. Oh, too late.
I'm mad as a box of frogs, so don't worry. Join my up into my bucket.
Yeah, as we see Chris Forrester there going for a little bit of a little half spin, being a little bit too wide as he comes out the final corner. Very easy to do, of course.
He's going to need to cool them tyres down as well.
Right, I think that's a very confused McLaren as well. It's a Lamborghini.
It is.
So now we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. This is a 1 hour race, of course, so drivers will be out there low fuel, trying to get the quickest time possible to get the best starting position. Of course, qualifying not everything here at the Nurburgring. It's not the easiest track to overtake, but it's a nice long race. There will be some pit strategy. So if you do find yourself slightly out of position, it is not the end of the world. There is still a lot of time to make your way through. As we see Josh in the chat saying about how quali was mad, so much traffic. And yeah, we can see already, we're only, a minute and a bit into qualifying, and already cars nose to tail almost. Looks like they're, in fact, yes, they are jostling for position. As we see the Porsche there just getting out of the way, not wanting to get involved in a fight just yet. As we see, there was a car taken to the gravel. I think that might have been Patrick Runge.
Yeah, this track doesn't help drivers at all with finding space. It's really crowded, especially with you've got a lot of cars coming out of the pits at the same time. It's very difficult to find space. As a Wardy goes there, fastest with a 155.5. So, and then Stephen Maxwell into second. Now surpassed by Carl Hudson with a 156.6.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, as we start to see some times on the board, Zach Leopold there putting it up in second, just 7 thousandths off his fellow Llama teammate David Ward. Yeah, good showing by him as Rich Meesters puts it on provisional pole for the bronze. Lots of time starting to come through now as drivers complete their first flying lap. As we see now, starting to get a few more times on the board. We are here with, this is the Justin without a last name on the standings, Justin Maurice Weisbecker.
Welcome along, Justin. It's nice to have you here, and car's looking great.
Welcome indeed. Yeah, that's a nice livery. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, psychedelic. I feel as though I'm at work again. Why?
Yeah, it looks quite sort of dark and stealthy at a distance, and then the camera zooms in a little bit, and you get to see the splashes of colour on the side. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice looking car.
I'm trying to see what the little logo on the side is. Maybe it's a little bit of a, I don't know, it's a spaceship or an eagle or something like that. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I can't quite make it out, but I mean, yeah, maybe at some point, as we see a flash of the lights there from Justin, maybe at some point we'll get a different camera angle that shows us the side of that car a little bit better. But until then, we can admire it from a distance. As we see Chris Forrester there in the confused McLaren.
Yeah, that's the nicest man in sim racing.
It is indeed. As we see, I mean, look at that. It's all Llama front row at the moment. Liebold from McBuller. Liebold there in the mighty Stang. And we see John Cook as well. Again, another llama. Oh, can they just stop?
What's happening? Have they been eating too much bratwurst?
Quite possibly.
Or maybe it's llama worst.
But I'm not sure about that. Would that be whatever the llama equivalent of cannibalism is? Lamalism? I don't know.
Maybe so.
And now I'm just going to shut up for a minute because this Mustang just sounds glorious, doesn't it? Oh, just next to that. That is beautiful.
Your volume up.
Yeah. See, there's Lucas Sipula in the Wizards Porsche, number 30. He is currently yet to set a competitive lap time. Obviously, just ahead of John Cook in the Acura. We've not seen too many Acuras on the grid, have we?
No, not really. Going back to the Wizard Porsche, would that be Harry Potter's outhouse as Wizard's Porsche?
Oh, very good.
I do. I'm here all week.
We've got Zach Leopold in the chat saying yum yum llamaverst. As we see Wardy straight to the top. In another Mustang. So yeah, it's Battle of the Mustangs.
It is. It's been like this for a couple of races, you know. That Mustang's really strong around some of these tracks.
And did I mention how awesome it sounds?
Just once or twice.
I mean, in case I haven't said it enough, it does sound absolutely glorious. Oh, just listen to it.
The V8s, you know, there is something about the V8, I must admit, but unfortunately, I couldn't get in. The Mustang I just couldn't get involved with because I couldn't drive it. But there you go. Oh, we got another one off.
I didn't catch who that was. It was a Chrome McLaren, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it was Chris or Chris. We'll go for Chris.
I mean, that's probably a good shout. Meanwhile, Josh Martinez has jumped up to the top into provisional pole position to, well, I guess, claim his llama status, I guess. Because at the moment, it's a lot of llamas up the front.
It is, but that's a cracking time. In 4/10 quicker than David Ward. That's pretty good going, is that as well?
It is. As we approach about halfway through quali. Still time to get a few more laps on the board. Of course, these cars will have the new tyre update, which means when you come out of the pits, they are stone cold. And they do take a few laps to warm up, so yeah, these guys are probably only now just about getting their tyres properly in the working range. So yeah, I do expect to see times coming a bit lower. So we can see in the chat we've got Luke. Is that Luke Sloots? My name is Gold again. Yeah, I'm not quite. Yeah, we do apologise, Luke. We will get that changed for next time. We've also got Thomas there, whose name briefly flashed up in red. Yeah, again, apologies that we don't have you correctly assigned to your split. Yet, of course, yet. Meanwhile, up at the top, it is Josh Martinez. He has gone provisionally to the top. Zach Diebold's getting a little bit quicker, has closed that gap. We've now got 3 drivers into the 53s. But you can see the amount of cars on track. Just absolutely no room, as we see Danny Chan going a little bit wide, just slowing down right there, just to let everyone past. Don't want to get in anyone's way, as we see a Wizard there just parked up at the side of the road. Not sure who that was. So we see a nice shot of Kelly, who I believe is in the pit lane. And here we are then, tracking Sam Stott. That's another nice looking car. And again, the Corvette, we've not seen too many of those, have we?
No, I think there's only maybe 1 or even 2 Corvettes on the grid, which is a bit of a surprise, really.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Mustangs. We've got a lot of Porsches, a lot of McLarens.
Yeah, they seem. I think it was
Quite a few Beamers as well.
Two or three Beamers. But the mainstay would probably be. I mean, we've even got a couple of Mercs as well on there as well with the front engine.
We have,
V8s.
yes.
I know. I think it's
Carl,
Matt Ansel. Matt Ansel there is in the Merc. So yeah, there's a good.
There's another one.
Clermont. Is it Clermont or is it? Yeah, it must be Clermont, wouldn't it? Clermont Godet. Please, if I do murder your name, I apologise. It's my Yorkshire accent.
I think, Clement, if you're watching, please drop us a comment as to help us pronounce your name. And if you're not watching, well, then we're going to butcher your name a bit more than I'm afraid. So as we see Matt Hansel to the top now, all just 0.03 of a second. David Ward as well, gone third. The top three now covered by just 1/10 of a second. It's quite tight up at the top.
It is. I mean, these drivers will be looking for slipstreams and tows and all sorts of stuff now, especially down the long straight to the start finish, just to gain a couple of hundredths on the cars in front of.
We've got Storm in chat. He's saying that we're pronouncing it about right. The T's are silent and the AU is an O, so it should be Clement Godet.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Welcome along, Clement.
So right, let's have a quick summary of where we're at. So we've got Matt Hansel on provisional pole position. Zach Leopold is in provisional pole for the Silvers in 4th place overall. And we have Rich Meesters in pole for the Bronze, currently in 14th overall. Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes left, so these drivers might get, or definitely get two. They might squeeze a third flying lap in, depending on where they are on track.
Yeah, I think the drivers that have gone to the pits, they'll probably be struggling now to get back out and get a decent second lap in. So I think that's them accepting, not defeat, but accepting that their positions won't change.
Yeah, so we've got a few drivers now heading to the pits as Matt Hansel goes even quicker. Now gets 1/10 of a second between himself and Josh Martinez. As we see, in fact, I think all of the top four are now in the pits. So
yeah, David Ward's not. He's still out on track at the moment, is David.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, more and more drivers choosing to call it a day there. In fact, we see Josh Martinez is now leaving the pit lane and rejoining the circuit, but with maybe time for one flying lap left after his out lap, it will not be a good one. His tyres will still be cold. So will anyone be able to take pole position from Matt Hansel? As we see the checkered flag now flying, these guys will be on their final lap.
Oh, bit of an incident there.
Oh, that is Thomas.
It's Thomas. Oh,
Bowles.
Oh, and Stephen Maxwell
as well. So quite a few drivers now, unfortunately, finding themselves in the gravel. And that will be an end to their qualifying run. Meanwhile, yeah, I think props to Zach Leopold and Isaac Mitchell as well, up there, 4th and 5th in the silver class. They're ahead of quite a few of the gold drivers. So yeah, that's a great effort by them.
Yeah, that's a real promotion drive, really, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. As we see now, just a few cars left on track. Rich Meesters and Clayton McBuller being two of them. They are 14th and 18th, respectively. Will they be able to increase or improve on their lap times? Rich Meesters comes across the line and he jumps up. Oh, sorry, no, he doesn't improve. Clayton McBuller, however, does. Jumps up to 12th, pushes Rich Meesters down to 15th. So now it looks like most of the drivers have finished. I think John Cook might be the only one left on a flying lap. So we'll see what he can do as he crosses the line, whether he will be able to improve his position. And we will see as John Cook crosses the line, and he goes no quicker. That was a 58.8 for him. He does not improve on his position. So I think that's it for qualifying then. So Steve, why don't you run us through the qualifying order?
I will indeed. It'd be my pleasure. In pole position, we've got Matt Hansel with a 1:53.469. Great thing there. Great lap. Followed by Joshua Martinez and David Ward. We've got fourth place, Zach Leopold, pole position for silver, followed by Isaac Mitchell and Clement Godet. We got Luke Sloots, followed by Blake Tovey and Kyle Hudson and Justin. My apologies, I can't remember your last name. That's the rounding out the top 10, followed by Charles Vasquez, Clayton McBullough with that fantastic last lap, Timon Sloots, Philip Fox, Rich Meesters pole position for bronze, and Danny Chan, and we got James Pepper, I think, was after that, with Sebastian in 18th.
I want to have a sleepies.
I got John Cook, and then Lucas Sipula, Matt Kelly, Stephen Maxwell, Patrick Runge, Chris Forrester, Chris White, Pete McIntyre, Sam Stott, and Gavin Kelly, with no time recorded. That's a bit of a strange one for Gavin. He's usually pretty strong in qualifying, so that was a bit of a strange one for Gavin.
Right.
Oh, we've got Justin in the chat saying his last name is Weisbecker. Is it? Am I pronouncing that right, Justin? Let us know.
Thanks, Justin.
So, I've got my race director in my ear now, just telling me that Luke Sloots, you'll be pleased to know that you have been updated to silver. So when we see the standings come on screen, we will see you updated. So, meanwhile, we've got the cars on the grid ready to start this 60-minute race.
Can I just have 30 seconds to find my head torch? It's gone dark.
Oh, yeah, it has gone dark, yeah. So, yeah, we will see how this goes. We'll see if we are going to be able to commentate with it being this dark. We'll have to hope that there are some streetlights around the circuit.
I'm not sure there is, you know.
Well, yeah, this could be interesting. Yeah, let's see how we go.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So yeah, we can now see that the pace car is moving. So the field is rolling, and got a few more corners to go. The pace car will peel off into the pits, and we will get this started. Meanwhile, given that we've got the safety car out, Steve, I think we need some more fun facts like we used to do when we had the safety car out. Have you got any more?
Definitely. Let's have a look. Give me a second. My mouse is all over the place. I've lost my mouse. Help!
Well, yeah, right. So we are going green. The pace car is into the pit, so we'll have to come back to you a little bit later for some fun facts. Meanwhile, we are racing at the Nurburgring. All looking nice and tidy. Our pole sitter, Matt Hansel, looks like he's kept the lead into the first corner. Well, having said that, Josh Martinez trying to go right round the outside. I don't think he's got the grip to make it work, though. As we see 2, 3, even 4 abreast lower down in the field. But they all appear to have made it through the first corner relatively unscathed. Although, having said that, commentator's curse. Round goes Blake Tovey, and he's backed it into the wall and unfortunately lost his rear wing. So he's going to have to limp back to the pits with a lot less rear downforce than he's used to. That is a shame for Blake. Well, yeah, it was a heavy hit. He started up in 8th place, I think. Yeah, great shame for him as we see. Oh, Carl Hudson was falling down the field, but that I think was just a telemetry bug. So we have the top 4 have remained fairly stable in the positions that they qualified in, as we see Timon Sloots and Rich Meese, I think that was, fighting each other, as we see Patrick Runge off and into the gravel, going backwards. He has rejoined the track, but unfortunately at the tail end of the field, as we see Sebastian Bovey is going very slowly. What's happened to him? Come on, Vasquez is off as well.
It's all happening on the first lap. Oh, cold tyres and brakes, I think somebody should be shouting.
Yeah, they made it through the first corner. Yeah, they made it through the first corner really quite cleanly. But now, yeah, it's going all mental. I see Josh in the chat saying Clayton and Charles crash incoming. Oh dear. So I guess he's referring to what we've just missed, or what we just caught the tail end of. Yeah, because Charles Vasquez now nowhere near Clayton McBullough. So I think, yeah, we just caught the tail end of that. So up at the front, we've got Hansel from Martinez, from Ward, from Liebold, or as they were, Clement Golday has managed to get up into 5th place ahead of Isaac Mitchell, who's dropped place and is down in 6th. Meanwhile, Steve, have you found... Oh, as we see Thomas Gubels going for a spin. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Steve, have you found those fun facts?
It looks like Thomas Goebbels, to be honest. Or Goebbels?
I'm not sure. Thomas, if you're watching this, leave us a comment. Tell us how to pronounce your name.
Right, I've got my mouse back. I can. The Nurburgring is a fantastic place. I don't know anyone who's been there, but it's one of those places where it's actually, although a Grand Prix track, the Nordschleife, which is part of the Nurburgring anyway, or the original Nurburgring track, is a public access area. So you're able to pay a minimal amount. I don't know if anybody in chat will know exactly how much. I think about €25 or something like that. Then you can take your own car onto the Nurburgring. It's a fantastic idea, and you know, you just got to keep it nice and safe. But yeah, I think it's a great idea to open a track up to people for going round and experiencing what would be, you know, a once in a lifetime experience of driving on a proper track like this. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, definitely worth a try if you ever find yourself with a car at the Nurburgring. I mean, why wouldn't you? As we have Thomas in the chat saying, yeah, you did say it good the first time. So yes, I've been told now I did pronounce Thomas Goebbels correctly. I've now forgotten what I said the first time.
Well, don't ask me because I'm old.
Goebbels. I'm just going to wait for you to come in again. Meanwhile, we've got Peter McIntyre and Chris White fighting for the bronze position. They are in P4 in class. So meanwhile, we've got leading that class, we have Rich Meesters, who did at one point relinquish the lead to James Pepper, but Rich has now found his way back past.
Yeah, just in chat very quickly. If Luke can just tell us, is he silver or bronze? I think he's bronze, but my sidekick over here says he thinks Luke is in silver, but I think he's in bronze. If you can put in chat which one is bronze or silver, and we can update, and it'll be sorted.
I'll be honest, I can't remember which class Luke is in, but he's showing on the standings as silver, so
yeah.
That's why I said you were silver. So I'm sorry if you're bronze. Meanwhile, Steve, we're doing an awful job here. We're missing all the on-track action. Talk about how to pronounce people's names and what cars they're in. Why don't we talk about the cars that are going racing, eh?
Yeah,
we've got Simon Sloots currently on track. He's locked between two wizards. He's in a wizard sandwich. So we've got Lucas Sipula just ahead, Stephen Maxwell just behind. And we've got looming in the mirrors is the mysterious Mark Kelly.
Yeah, there's Matt Hansel just there with fastest lap of the race. That's a really good 1:54.5, followed by Josh Martinez and David Ward, the top three. Zach Leopold is out there in front again with Silver, and obviously 6th and 7th. So second and third in class is Isaac Mitchell and Luke Sloots at the moment. And then obviously down further down the order, we've got for bronze at the moment is Rich Meesters in the lead, followed closely by James Pepper, and Chris Forrest would be the last place on the podium for bronze.
Great, thanks, Steve. So yeah, as we saw, Josh Martinez actually went a couple of tenths quicker than Matt Hansel. Was he not getting the fastest lap because I presume there was an off track in there somewhere? But yeah, that gap at the front is not that big. There's only 0.3 of a second between them. They are right locked together on track. Yeah, David Ward and Zach Liebold in a fight of their own, but just dropping back slightly from that leading duo.
Oh, that's
Chris White. Yeah, in the McLaren that's not a McLaren. The confused Lamborghini. As we see, there are our two leaders. So, after talk about everyone's in everyone's in a Beamer or a McLaren or the Porsche, we actually see the top two are in a Mercedes and an Audi.
Yeah, as if by magic, my little sidekick there puts the makes and models.
Brilliant. So yeah, we can see now Josh Martinez does get that fastest lap now into the 54.3s. Matt Hansel going a couple of tenths quicker again, but as we assume with an off track. As we see now, Vasquez going up the inside of Mark Kelly. Will he get it slowed down on the brakes? Yes, he does, as the camera pans away. I think he got that move. As we see now, on board with Clayton Bookwell, he's had a good sort of quiet first little bit of the race. He's up a couple of positions, not doing too badly, as is that man there, Philip Fox. And Lucas Sipula up 5. Oh, we've got Josh in the chat saying Team Orders at the front, Cobalt rules. I'm not quite sure what the Cobalt rules is referring to, but yeah.
I think that's the Ford. The Cobalt is the Ford badge. It's the colour, Cobalt.
Ah, yes.
Rather than papaya for McLaren.
Yes, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I think much better than the Felipe is faster than you. Yeah, as we see up at the front, Mercedes from Audi. So yeah, I think it's a Revolution version of papaya rules. There we go. Thanks for confirming, Josh. So yeah, we've got confirmation that these two up at the front, not fighting at the moment, just trying to build that gap up to David Ward behind. And as you can see, it's working well. They were a couple of tenths quicker than Wardy that time. Although Zach Liebold with a fastest lap, a purple lap, fastest lap of everyone. So yeah, really good job by him.
That's a cracking lap. Really good.
Yeah, Zach's a quick lad, he is.
I mean, there's not much of that. I mean, you're talking 300s between Zach and Josh as well. So he's all those 3 times very, very quick at the front.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a few more people in chat. We've got Mark Kelly saying howdy all. Hello, Mark. How you doing? And we got Rich. Welcome, Rich. Saying, did Luke get moved up to silver or is it an SDK error? We can't quite remember which category Luke is in, to be honest, Rich. So I believe our race director is looking into that and he will let us know and we will get SDK updated.
Yeah, I think he's decided to keep moving around. Just keep us guessing.
Yeah.
It's a new game for the broadcast. Where's Luke Sloots supposed to be?
Is that going to be a YouTube version of Where's Wally?
You can't say that.
Of course, I'm not calling Luke a Wally at all. Of course not. I've got Isaac Mitchell in the chat. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Having a good race, Isaac. Up there in 6th position, 2nd place in the silver standings.
I've seen a high Mark. Where's the high Steve? Come on.
As we see now, Matt Hansel's into the 53s. So yeah, both Matt and Josh pulled quite a big gap on. Oh, and in fact, Liebold has got ahead of Wardy. So Wardy had an uncharacteristically slow lap. Wonder if he made a mistake or something. But yeah, we have got Liebold up to 3rd. So he is still in the lead of the Silver Championship. Oh, Isaac Mitchell saying that he was saying hi to Mark Kelly, not me.
That's all right then. I'll let him off.
I'm not. So Isaac Mitchell doing it absolutely dreadfully. I mean, he's in 2nd place. I mean, it's just the first of the losers, really, isn't it? Oh, we love a bit of lava hate on this channel. Right, so where are we at? How are we doing?
Yeah, let's go through it a minute. Matt Ansell in 1st place, followed by Joshua Martinez. They're trading fastest laps all the time. 4 tenths between them. Zach's just fallen slightly behind now in 3rd, with 4.7 now behind 1st and 2nd. You got David Ward in 4th place and Clemon in 5th, followed by Isaac Mitchell and Justin. We got Luke Sloots, followed by Danny Chan and Clayton McBullough in rounding up the top 10. It's quite close even now. I mean, this driver's still there, within touching distance of each other all the way down the field. So there's some close battles all the way around.
We now have confirmation from our race director that Luke Sloots is in fact a bronze driver. So he's showing up in the relative box as a bronze driver. He's not showing up as bronze on the overall standings. I think that is still an error, but there we go. There is Luke Sloots. He is a bronze driver, and that means that he is in fact leading the bronze class. So yeah, having a brilliant race as we see Danny Chan getting so close to the back of Luke. Like you could just about squeeze a piece of paper between the two cars on the apex there. And meanwhile, we've got Isaac Mitchell in the chat saying hi, Steve. So, yeah, first we had Isaac saying hello to me, and then it wasn't me, and then it wasn't to you, Steve, and now it is to you, Steve. And I've still not got a hello, so...
Hi, Matt. Hi, Isaac. It's great to have you on board, mate.
Honestly, these llamas, eh?
Play with your head.
Right. Meanwhile, we appear to have lost the standings for us, but I believe that you guys at home can still see them. So this might be a little bit interesting. So we've got...
I can see him on YouTube, so we're all right at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got Matt Hansel from Josh Martinez still up the front. We've got building up a gap slowly, built 7 tenths of a second up on Zach Liebold last time out. That gap up now to just over 5 seconds. Liebold and Wardy in the 2 Llama Mustangs. Having a nice little battle there. In a bit of a field of their own now, because Clement Goday's dropped a few seconds back as we see another fast lap of the race, this time for Josh Martinez. Those 2 AITT Revolution cars up at the front, trading fastest laps. Just, yeah, in a class of their own, Steve. We've been saying for a while, like, those 2, I mean, we were joking last time out about the Matt Hansel class. And yeah, those 2 just really in a class of their own today.
Yeah, they just seem to be running away with it. Obviously, they're comfortable in the cars, comfortable with the track, and the times come. So basically, it is difficult to catch drivers when they're so at home and doing what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, we've got Isaac Mitchell in the chat saying Steve Hurd must be here somewhere. Oh dear. So yeah, Steve, that clearly wasn't for you either.
I feel violated.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose what more should we have expected? I mean, this was coming from a llama. I mean, they can't be trusted, can they?
Very true. I've got an idea. We're at a Grand
What's
Prix
your idea,
track.
Steve?
We've got a Grand Prix track.
That we do.
What do we normally do when we're at a Grand Prix track?
Watch cars go racing.
We do, but we also measure the track, don't we?
I mean, some of us do. I usually get shouted at by the marshals when I try and do that.
Well, actually, the track is 3.2 kilometres. Sorry, 5 kilometres long and 3.2 miles. So my question is, how many Oscar Piastris, as he's currently the championship leader, can you fit around or head to toe around Nurburgring GP?
You can fit a whopping 2,892 Oscar Piastris.
That's a lot of Oscars.
That is a lot of Oscars, and that is a lot of nightmares for Lando. Meanwhile, as we see this battle here between John Cook, Lucas Sipula, and Charles Vasquez, I believe, also in the AITT car. As we see, Lucas Sipula right on the back of John Cook. Again, practically pushing him through the apex of that corner. These guys are fighting over 14th, 15th and 16th. As we see, that is a Sloots car. I believe that is... Oh, and that's an AITT car spinning. Who is that? That's the number 21. I can't... It's Philip Fox. Oh, we've got Chris in the chat saying, loving the stream, guys. Iconic commentary duo.
Thanks,
iconic
Chris.
commentary duo. Who's that? You talking about us? Iconic, really?
We are iconic.
I was thinking more moronic, but I'll take iconic.
Baby.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, as we see, I think that was Philip Fox in the background, still at the side of the road.
Yeah, he's been obviously waiting to rejoin, and there's that many cars in that particular area of the track. It's been very difficult.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few cars on track. So we've got, how many we've got? About 30 odd cars on track at the moment. So yeah, it's not the longest of tracks. So yeah, not an awful lot of space for Philip to be able to rejoin. We are still watching this battle between that is Cook, Sipula, and Vasquez.
The times are really coming down. They're with Josh Martinez with a 1:53.4, so the times have really come down, and they're about what they were on par with their qualifying times as well. So it just shows that these lads are really on it.
Yeah, of course. Qualifying was in the daytime. The race is now at night, so track temperatures would have come down a bit, which is why they are able to set lap times with higher fuel. As we see Clayton McBuller already into the pit lane, as is that Sam Stott. That is Sam Stott. Ah, yes, look at me. Recognise a car just by its headlights.
It does seem a little bit soon, does that, for a pit stop? Maybe
that is very soon, yeah.
Maybe there's an ulterior motive for the pit stop where they're trying a different strategy.
So, yeah, we would expect cars to probably come into the pits anywhere from sort of 40 odd minutes or so. So yeah, that is a very early pit stop. They can make it to the end from here though, I would have thought. So it could be
only
that...
just though.
Only just, yeah, but it could be that maybe they're in traffic. As we see Mark Kelly now fighting with Stephen Maxwell. Maxwell will be eager to get past as quickly as possible and try and chase down some more gold runners. As we see, won't be able to make it past that. He will get a good exit out of here and try and make a move into the chicane. But yeah, some of these guys obviously might be trying for an early pit stop. Maybe they're stuck in traffic. Maybe they've got a bit of damage and want to get repaired quickly. As we see Maxwell flashing of the lights. I'm not sure if he was able to get past. We will check. As we see, yeah, Josh saying got to be gentle, bringing the tyres in the chat. And yep, you're absolutely right, Josh. These guys with the new tyre model can go out and be very aggressive, be weaving left and right, and it's so easy to make a mistake and even spin on cold tyres. So, yeah, they've got to take it nice and easy for the first few laps. And yeah, now lap 12 of this race, their tyres will be nice and toasty, and yeah, they'll be really able to push from now. As we see, oh, that's the spinner, that's Lucas Sipula. As we see, he lost a couple of positions, able to rejoin, though, relatively quickly. So that will have hurt his pride. Car looks relatively undamaged. Will have lost him a couple of places, but not too bad. I've just caught up on chat. I'm sorry, I missed your message. Zach saying Brits will use anything except the metric system. And I say that was rich coming from the Yank in the chat. Honestly, oh, Zach, what would you use to measure this racetrack? I mean, given what the Americans use, how many, I don't know, blades of grass? Something equally ridiculous. We've got, I can't see where I'm standing in the race. Thomas, you are 22nd at the moment. Zach's put how many washing machines? And bear with me, Zach. You can fit 8,580 washing machines around the Nurburgring.
John, how big are your tubs of cheese? Are they regular size of cheese or the American size of cheese?
American size of cheese, 3, maybe.
That's a big cheese.
This is an American cheese. Why is the thing behind your name red, Thomas? That's because we are sorry we didn't manage to update your name in SDK before going live. But yeah, we will get it updated for you as soon as possible.
Yeah, we've got just apologise at the moment because SDK seems to have gone absolutely mental at the moment, and it's doing some very strange things. So I apologise now. We will have it fixed and reinstalled and everything like that for the next endurance race that we commentate on. It's just, unfortunately, it's a technical issue that my sidekick at the side here has really struggled to get on top of at the moment, and it's just done some really strange things. For the commentary, see, me and Mark we have no telemetry at all. So we are really struggling at the moment, but we're keeping it going as much as we possibly can in an attempt to keep it as entertaining as we possibly can and informative.
I have just noticed that, Thomas, your name should now be updated. So, can we find you on the standings board? No, when we next find you on track, you should now have a little gold symbol next to your name. Ah, there we go.
Thomas
as if by magic. There we go.
That's brilliant.
And I am going to ignore Mark Kelly's comment because we're a family-friendly stream. So yeah, there we go. We have Thomas Goebel. Is it Goebbels? Goebbels? I've forgotten already. I'm so sorry. Now, you are correctly identified as a gold driver.
I'd go with Goebbels, to be honest. I'm sure it was Goebbels.
Yeah, let's go with that for now. So, should we have a bit of a mid-race update and see how we're doing?
I think we should. What do you think?
Yeah, so From the top, we have Hansel and Martinez, the AITT Revolution duo. They are in a class of their own in this race. Out the front, 0.2 of a second between them. Both setting almost identical lap times to the 10th of a second. Now with a 10-second gap back to the Llama duo of Liebold and Ward, both in those sexy Stangs. Oh, just listen to them. As we see there with Ward, his brakes glowing red as he's hard on the brakes. Oh, what a glorious noise. I don't know if I've said, Steve, I do apologise if I've mentioned it once before. I don't think I have, but just in case. Oh, those Stangs sound awesome, don't they? Have I mentioned that already?
You've never mentioned that. I'm actually quite surprised at the fact that you've never mentioned that before.
Oh dear. Right, we have confirmation that Cobalt rules are lifted. This race is about to get a lot more exciting, Steve. The two AITT Revolution racing drivers up at the front, now racing for position.
That's it. They've just lit the Cobalt fuse paper.
So let's see. They are nearly a second quicker than Zach Liebold that lap. So yeah, they are absolutely rapid at the moment. As you see there, Isaac Mitchell, and now that is Matt Hansel up at the front in the number 63. Again with the front brake discs glowing. That does look awesome in the late night darkness, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, there's something about night racing that it really gets the juices flowing.
Yeah. So we've got Hansel from Martinez up the front. Down here we have that's Luke Sloots and that's Danny Chan, I think, behind. Okay, Danny will see his AITT teammates racing up at the front, fighting for the win, and will definitely want to be a part of that. Will try and make his way past Luke Sloots as quickly as possible. Luke, of course, having an absolutely amazing race so far. He is 8th overall and leading the bronze standings. Well, having said that, someone else who's had an absolutely brilliant and quiet race so far, Rich Meester's up into 10th. He's up 5 places.
Yeah, a bit of a silent assassin there, just creeping around and picking up places wherever he could do. He's having a really good race. He's Rich there for the Cool Camel Orange team.
Yes, we see Josh in chat saying Danny up 7. Let's go. Yeah. So Danny, of course, started 16th, sort of very, very much mid-pack, and he's certainly clawing his way up the field closer to the front. We do have a bit of a gaggle of cars from 5th, sort of down. There's quite a few cars in that bundle. So Danny is now, as you can see there, we've got Clement Golday at the front of that pack, and we've got about 5 cars or so relatively close together. So yeah, Danny will want to try and get to the front of this pack as quickly as possible. So we've got Danny Chan, we've got Luke Sloots directly in front of him in that lovely sort of turquoise Beamer, and then Isaac Mitchell, Justin Weisbecker, and Clement Golday at the front of that pack.
Yeah, looking at the standings at the moment, obviously there's a few cars being in the pits there, but up until, well, obviously the leaders have now lapped up to Clayton McBuller in 22nd place, I think it is. So they'll be hoping not to get logged or blocked by the cars that they're coming up to behind, so not to drop them further, towards Zach in 3rd place.
Indeed, as we see confirmation on the standings boards about who has made a pit stop. James Pepper, I was just about to make a comment about him because he was running up with sort of nearer to Rich earlier on in this race, and he has suddenly dropped quite far down the order. As we see, there is James Pepper out on track. He has dropped back because he has made his pit stop. So he will be trying to get the undercut on Rich and see if he can get 2nd place in the Bronze Championship. He might even be able to snatch an undercut on Luke Sloots as well, and be able to take the bronze victory.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what sort of lap times James is going to be doing, compared to the other two in front of bronze, and see whether he could catch him, like say, on the undercut.
Yes, as we see, I note your comment, Thomas, in the chat about how you only show up in the standings when you're being spectated. I do apologise about that. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but yeah, it appears to be an error in SDK. So yeah, we apologise, and if we can't get it sorted for this race, we will get it sorted for the next one. So as we see, still this battle rages on. We've got Clement Godet in front of Justin Weisbecker, in front of Isaac Mitchell, Luke Sloots, and Danny Chan. So yeah, those 5 covered by just a couple of seconds now. They are almost nose to tail as they go through the hairpin. It will be interesting to see if one of these guys decides to make an early pit stop, try and get out of the traffic if they feel like they can run a little bit quicker. So what do you think, Steve? We're just gone halfway through this race. And yeah, we think, when will people start to pit? How much fuel do you reckon these guys will have left in their tanks?
I'd probably say they've got probably about enough for about another. We've got 18 laps in the first 32 minutes, so we're talking 17 for half a race. Half an hour. So we're talking about another maybe 7 or 8 laps, I would think. So I would think the next fleet of cars coming to the pits for refueling will be in the next sort of like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. As we stick with this fight, and yeah, Luke Sloots maybe dropping back ever so slightly. So splitting up more into a group of 3 and a group of 2. Isaac Mitchell there, just sitting, waiting patiently, because he is a silver driver. The 2 in front of him are gold. So he is currently 2nd in the silver championships. Oh, sorry, 2nd in the race classifications for silver. Not sure where he is in the championship off the top of my head. Yeah, so he doesn't need to get past these guys. It won't improve his points in the silver championship, but of course, everyone is part of the gold championship, so any places you do make on track will count towards your gold championship.
It looks as though from the standings as well, it looks as though David Ward's starting to close the gap between himself and Zach as well, so that'll be interesting to see how they progress in the next few laps. Yeah,
so we have papaya rules, we have cobalt rules. I wonder if we have llama rules. I mean, we've got enough of them in the chat, so yeah, maybe one of them can confirm if that is the case, or whether they're just out there having fun. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone can have fun being a llama. Ugh.
Frolicking around as a llama. Oof.
Spoiler alert, action at the front, lap 20. Oh, who's that? That's Lucas Sipula, I think, number 30. That is Lucas Sipula. So, yeah, I think he did make contact with the barriers, so we'll have to see how much damage he has. As we see back up at the front, that is Matt Hansel ahead of Josh Martinez. Josh looking very racy, though.
Yeah, he's not settling for that 2nd place, is he?
Definitely not. I think now we heard the order earlier in the race. Cobalt rules rescinded. So yeah, we'll have to make sure we keep an eye on that battle and see what we can do. Meanwhile, that is Clayton. No, that's Thomas Goebbels. Yeah, it is Clayton McBuller just in front of him. As we see, here we go, back on board now with the leading duo. They do have a lapped car just up ahead. I think that's one of the llamas. Is that Peter McIntyre? So Peter will now be getting blue flags. And of course, this isn't Formula One. It's not a case of when you see blue flags, you have to get out of everyone's way. They are informational only, but of course it's gentleman's code not to sort of interfere too much with the racing. As we see, there we go. Peter trying to get out of the way. And he does about as best as he can. That's a fairly awkward place to encounter the leaders there, but he did very well, the Peter.
Yeah, I think if Mr. Forrester's the nicest man in sim racing, I think Pete comes a very close second.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably say, I was going to say the nicest llama.
Oh, we can let him off that bit.
I was going to say, yeah, I suppose that's a bit like saying your favourite STD, I suppose. Oh, that's Josh Martinez wide off in the background. He keeps it on,
yeah, big
but
mistake.
has lost quite a bit of ground there to Matt Hansel. Yeah, that's dropped him over a second now. So we'll have to see if he can catch up. He was looking very racy. So, yeah, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if he has the speed to be able to catch back up. Meanwhile, we've got Clayton in the chat saying, nicest llama, you called? Yeah, certainly not you, mate. main character summoned.
And that's Clayton well and surely in his place.
Where were we? So we've got a llama on screen. That is Isaac Mitchell, I think. Has he made a place? I think he's now ahead of Justin. Yeah, he is. So that's Isaac now, who's gone past Justin, and now is trying to get past Clement Gaudet.
Yep. And it looks as though Zach has really put his foot down and responded to David Ward closing on him. He's now pushed it out to about 1.3 seconds, so he's doing really well as Zach to try and not like eke a little bit more out as well. Just put pressure on David Ward to maybe just get a little bit of a gap when he comes through to the pit stops.
Oh, who's that? That's off the track.
I think that looks like Clement.
That is Clement. Oh, that is a shame. Yeah, he's saying in chat that he's been having hardware issues. That is a huge shame because he was running very well. So yeah, Clement was running up in 6th, I believe, and is now dropped to 9th. He's saying he... Oh, that's a shame. Clement is saying that he went poof on everyone else's screen due to hardware issues and freezing, and then reappeared inside someone else. So yeah, that's a great shame. Yeah, as Isaac's saying, Clement, you were running really well up there in the top 6. In fact, you were 5th, weren't you? Yeah, you were 5th.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I mean, he's doing really well as well. So I'm sure we've always been there. All of us have been there. We've had hardware issues or software issues. So it happens to the best of us. So don't worry about it, Clement. There's always next time as well. So it's just one of those things.
Meanwhile, just there before the camera panned away, we had Luke Sloot fighting. I think that's the least nicest llama, the main character himself, Mr. McBuller.
Yeah, there's a lot of close battles up and down the field, and it's very difficult to keep an eye on exactly what's going on. There's a pass there down the right at the inside.
Oh, is there a little bit of contact?
Yeah.
That is. I do apologise. I owe Danny Chan the biggest of apologies. I just called him Clayton McBullough, and I'm sorry. That is possibly the worst insult I could ever say to anyone. But no, that is Danny Chan on Luke Sloots.
That's a sorry card, a bunch of flowers.
That is, yeah. Oh god, imagine calling someone Clayton. Oh.
It looks like Luke's having a little bit of a blinking issue as well.
That is a shame as we see. Oh, there's more contact. That is that's Clement again, I think. So who have we got there? That is John Cook.
And Rich Meester's going down the inside there as well.
That is John Cook out the front, and Rich Meester's getting ahead of Clement. Josh saying, great driving through that chicane, Luke. Made defence. Yeah, we apologise for missing that, Luke. So yeah, meanwhile, we do have Rich Meesters now ahead of Clement. That is Thomas Goebbels in the back. He's a lap down. I'm not sure if Thomas has had issues or whether he's made an early pit stop. As we see, that is Rich into the pits. That is Clement into the pits as well.
That was a very late dive through there. That was hopefully he don't get some sort of penalty for that, but that was a very late decision to go in the pit.
That is, and I hope it's not a penalty as well, because Clement's in the chat saying that he got a drive through on top of the spin.
Yeah.
So that is a shame. Yeah, you were driving an amazing race up until that point, mate. Meanwhile, up at the front we have Zach Liebold, and that is Sipula behind. Yeah, so that's Liebold and Wardy. Up at the front in the two sexy Stangs. And we've got, another spoiler alert in the chat. Clement saying that the drive-through was for instant points and that he was final entry. That was a very aggressive entry. You did well to avoid a penalty there. So meanwhile, up at the front, that is Josh Martinez. So he's dropped back a bit from Matt Hansel after he made that initial mistake and dropped back. He's dropped out of slipstream. And yeah, he's now sitting about 2 seconds back.
Yeah, I mean, the way they were trading lap times, well, you can see there, it was only 7 hundredths of a second between them. He's going to really struggle to close that gap down to back into slipstream. So this could be an absolute race winner for Matt Hansel there. Commentator's curse! There he goes. Oops.
Hansel's round. Oh, what a shame.
And cooking them tyres at the same time, that's not good at all.
Yeah, that was an absolutely flawless race up until that point. Thankfully, he did manage to rejoin ahead of...
Another spinner there for David Ward.
What's happening? So I think what's happened there, Wardy obviously must have been told in his ear that the new platinum tier driver strategy is to spin at that corner. Because first Hansel did it, and then Wardy almost synchronized spinning. How strange.
Unless it's snowing at that corner.
It could be. As we see, that is one of the AITT racing. I think that's Danny Chan coming into the pit lane. And no, it was Philip Fox. I do apologise. So, I suppose then that makes the second half of the race even more interesting. As we see James Pepper there, it looked like sparks flying from the underneath of the car there as he bounced through that first corner. But yeah, we will now have a very exciting second half of the race, because it did look like Matt Hansel was the quicker of the two AITT Revolution drivers. So he's now 6 seconds back from Josh Martinez. Will he be able to close in?
I'm not sure, Mark. I just think six seconds, unless something goes drastically wrong in the pit stops, I think, without being the commentator's curse, I think Joshua may just have this covered with 6 seconds. They've been so close throughout the race with the lap times. I just can't see somebody making a break like that and not being caught. So yeah, I think once we get the pit stops out of the way and it shakes around, I think the chances are it's going to be Joshua's to throw away, really.
I think you might be right there, unfortunately. As we see, we've got Clement in chat saying, down I go. And yeah, unfortunately, it does look like Clement's having more issues, as we see. Oh, who was that off the road? That was Chris Forrester, I think.
Yeah, Chris Forrester just pulling off there. I'm not sure whether it was a hardware, software problem or whatever, but unfortunately, yeah, he's not able to continue, I don't think.
That is a shame, as we have, I think that is the main character. No, is that the main character flashing his teammate? No, there's the main character. I was wrong again. So here we are on board, or not on board, but watching Clayton McBullough. He is in 15th place. He has made his pit stop. Oh, and in fact, bronze driver update. So James Pepper has made his pit stop, as has Rich Meesters. Rich came out ahead of James. Luke Sloots is still yet to make his pit stop. So we know that the gap between Luke and Rich was only, I think, 3 seconds or so. So yeah, here is Luke Sloots, or there was Luke Sloots. So we'll have to see where he emerges once he's made his pit stop. And meanwhile, there is Zach Liebold.
Yeah, leading
And
silver at the moment.
it
with
was-
Isaac Mitchell right. No, that's not. I just thought that was Isaac Mitchell behind him, but it's not.
It's Peter, and it was Peter who was flashing.
That's correct.
So we've got Sebastian Boivy in the chat. Had a DNF for his first race, but finished P17, he thinks. So yeah, obviously that's a shame that it was a DNF, but yeah, I'm hoping you had fun in your first race. So meanwhile, we're starting to see more and more drivers head to the pit lane now. We've got pretty much just the top 7 that are yet to make their pit stop. As we see, Rich Meesters, he's had a decent race, hasn't he? He's up 4 positions, qualified P15, is now running P11 and second in class. We've got Thomas Goebbels in the chat asking for an update of where he is. So we will ask our wonderful, magnificent race director if we can switch to him, please. And as if by magic, there we go. So P22 at the moment. So after having made a pit stop. So obviously with a few drivers still to make that pit stop, there is maybe might get a couple more positions. But actually looking at those that are yet to pit, I don't think there are any that are within a pit stop gap of Thomas there. But we'll see. So what, 11 minutes left of this race?
That's gone quite quickly, hasn't it?
It has indeed. As we see another couple of drivers into the pit lane and one more going very wide. That was Timon Sloots.
Both Justin and Luke Sloots now in the pit lane for their stop.
Yep, so we'll see where Luke emerges, whether he will have managed to retain the lead in the bronze championship. You see there is Wardy on screen trying to make up for his previous little half spin. That did actually cost him a place to Charles Vasquez, I think. Or actually, no, Vasquez is yet to pit. So we have Luke Sloots did in fact make it out ahead of Rich Meesters. So in fact, there he is tucked right up behind Danny Chan. So yeah, Danny's had a very good race, charging through the field. He's up 8 positions. So Luke is now about 10 seconds ahead of Rich. So yeah, really, really excellent pace there from Luke.
Yeah, we've just got 4 drivers now left to pit, and one of them is Joshua Martin, is at the front. He's just popped into the pit lane, so we'll see what happens with him. And obviously, Zach's still to pit, and Isaac's still to pit at the front.
So here we have James Pepper. He is back up to 3rd in bronze after all of those pit stops. So yeah, he's dropped a bit off the back of Rich Meesters. But yeah, still in a very strong podium place for him. And in fact, James is only a couple of seconds behind the least nicest llama, the main character himself. I wonder if James Pepper will be abusing the headlight flash button, because a little birdie told me that Clayton McBuller gets really distracted if you start flashing your headlights at him.
I'd never known that. So if you want to distract him, you just flash him.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Fantastic.
As we see, as more drivers enter the pits, that puts Danny Chan up 10 places now, and he's up into 6th. So yeah, absolutely brilliant from him.
Yeah, just looking at the standings, John Cook up 11 places as well, so John's had a storming race.
That's good showing. As we see there, this is Maxwell and Vasquez for that's 11th place, so that'll be well, having said that, that's 11th place, but that's 4th in sort of the gold runners. Obviously it's 11th overall. It doesn't work the same way as silver and bronze, but my point is, just goes to show how amazing the bronze and silver drivers have been.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, what, 1, 2, 3, there's 5 silver drivers in the top 10.
And 2 bronze.
2 bronze, yeah.
Yeah, certainly a lot of the silver and bronze drivers having an absolutely amazing race. Zach Liebold, of course, on for an overall podium. He's now stretched the gap. Helped, of course, by Wardy's little half spin. He's stretched that gap up now to 12 seconds.
Yeah, Pepper was right on the tail of McBuller as well.
Indeed, as we see, that is that Sloots and Meesters? That is Sloots and Meesters. That is Timon Sloots, though, not Luke Sloots. So yeah, here is that battle that we were just talking about. The main character himself, Clayton McBuller, with James Pepper really hunting him down at a rate of knots now. James got some absolutely brilliant pace.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether Clayton's having to fuel save a little bit, just easing off into the corner.
Possibly. We did see, don't forget, that very early pit stop from McBuller. I would have thought he could have made it to the end, because he pitted about 20 minutes in, so there could be a bit of fuel saving if he maybe didn't fill the tank up, perhaps.
Possibly.
Or it could just be, if he didn't take tyres, that, yeah, the tyres are just getting a bit second-hand, maybe, as we have the main character himself in the chat saying, Steve, you can flash me anytime.
Oh, that's an offer I cannot refuse. Fantastic. Be my pleasure. As long as I don't get locked up for it, I'm all right.
Indeed. Right, so as we take a look now at the standings, as we stay on board with these two, of course, we're just having a look. My hopes for an exciting second half of the race up at front unfortunately hasn't quite materialised. Matt Hansel has been closing the gap down to Josh Martinez. That gap's now down to 5.5 seconds, but unfortunately not closing the gap quick enough to be able to fight for the win. Still a very good race, though, from that pair, a first and a second. Matt Hansel, of course, will be kicking himself, though, for that slight little mistake that's cost him the win. As we see now, Pepper through the chicane, right on the back of McBuller. Just unable to find a way past and dives into the pit lane. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm guessing that must be for a drive-through.
I think that's looking more like a drive-through, yeah.
Yeah, because he's already had his pit stop, and that is a great shame there for young Pepper. He's had a brilliant race up until that point.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating. It's almost soul destroying as you trundle down the pit lane just at that 60 kilometres an hour or whatever it is. It's absolutely soul destroying.
Yes, we have Clement in the chat confirming that, yeah, it was definitely a drive-through. So meanwhile, who's this? That is Maxwell and that Vasquez behind. So they are fighting over 11th place still. They are closing in on Meesters. So maybe they've not got too much time left. They've got maybe another couple of laps max.
Yeah, just
so if they want
2.5
to close down
minutes
Meesters,
left. So, yeah, we're looking at 2.5 to 3 laps, that's all.
Yeah, if they want to close down Meesters, they're going to have to do it rapidly. As we see Matt Hansel there, again, taking a second out of Martinez. Absolutely flying.
Yeah, I think maybe Josh has decided just to take it nice and easy, no mistakes. You know, he's still got, if there's 3 laps left, he's still got, 4.5 seconds in his back pocket, so he can afford to just ease off that little bit. Although he can't ease off too much, because that's when mistakes happen as well.
Oh, he certainly can. So yeah, we'll see if we can follow this battle. There is Meesters, of course, and there is the Maxwell-Vasquez battle that we are looking at. So yeah, that will be acting like a carrot dangling in front of Maxwell's nose. Saying, don't look at your mirrors, focus on that extra point. As we see, Vasquez goes for the move, late on the brakes, down the inside.
He's gone sideways.
That's a car into the wall. Is that Vasquez?
That's Patrick Runge.
Yes, that's Patrick Runge.
Yeah, number 30.
Vasquez is number 30, I think, isn't he? Not 31. Oh, 34.
Ooh. That's where the confusion was.
Yeah, so we've got Luke in the chat saying final lap, watch him. Yeah, we'll see what that's about when we get there. Of course, we must be approaching the final lap. Luke, of course, just half a second off the back of Danny Chan. And speak of the devil, there is Danny Chan.
I think Luke's right behind him now.
So yeah, so we'll see if we can stay on board with this battle just to watch them fight down into turn 1, because it does look like Luke Stutes is right on the back of Chan. In fact, Luke Stutes has gotten a fairly decent exit. And yep, Luke's goes to the inside. Can he get it stopped? No, he can't. Danny Chan keeps that position. Danny Chan now all over the... Luke Sloots now all over the back of Danny Chan. Goes wide, just not able to find his way through. Fortunately now we're getting to the twisty bit. Luke will struggle to get past here. He might be able to have a look into the hairpin as... Oh, we've got Josh Martinez going very slowly. Has that let Matt Hansel back past?
Looks like it has done.
So I wonder
Matt's
if...
taking it. Yeah, Matt's taking the lead by 3/10.
So was that a mistake from Martinez? Or was that the Cobalt rules again?
I'm not 100% sure. But it looks like Matt's going to take the win.
He is. Out of nowhere, Matt Hansel.
Do you know, I just thought they were going to swap positions on the line then.
As we see, so that's Hansel takes the win. Martinez takes second. Liebold in third. And Josh confirmed that he had a spin on the final lap. So that is a huge shame for him. But yeah, Matt Hansel, after making the mistake early on, to be gifted the win. What a surprise as we see Luke Sloots celebrating with an absolutely terrific run there up to 6th.
You just got to watch these celebrations that you don't damage other people's cars and things like that, because after post-race penalties can be applied, and it's not good when you've put so much effort into such a fantastic result to really stitch yourself up by doing something really silly at the end and causing an incident or an accident and bringing down the wrath of the stewards to give you a post-race penalty.
Yeah, as Zach's put it, no fun allowed. Yeah, we're at the Nurburgring, don't forget, the fun is forbidden. So, as we watch the cars on the cooldown lap, we will hopefully get you... there we go, confirmation of the race results. So, Steve, do you want to run through those?
Of course, that'd be fantastic. I will do it now, not a problem. Winning is Matt Hansel by 0.7 of a second from his teammate Joshua Martinez, having made that really mistake on the unfortunate mistake on the final lap. Third position and bringing up the last position on the podium, we have Zach Leibold. 12 seconds behind with 33 points. That's a fantastic result there for Zach. Followed by his Nebulama. Oh, it's disappeared. I've gone missing. Oh, here we go. I can see there. Just let we got David Ward in 4th, followed by Isaac Mitchell, and 6th Danny Chan. 7th Luke Sloot, and a fantastic result there with a winning bronze. John Cook, my apologies, a win for silver with Zach as well. John Cook in 8th, and 9th for Timon Sloot. Charles Vasquez in 10th, and Stephen Maxwell in 11th, with Rich Meesters second in bronze in 12th. We've got Justin there with in 13th, Clayton McBuller 14th, and Clemon in 15th, with James Pepper bringing up the last podium place for bronze. Sebastian there with 17th, and Gavin in 18th.
Right, so then we have Peter McIntyre in 19th, Chris Forrester in 20th. I believe Thomas Goebbels was P21, but isn't showing up on the standings for some reason. Not sure why, and we do apologise for that. Philip Fox, therefore, will be 22nd. Patrick Runge, 23rd. Lucas Cipula, 24th. Mark Kelly 25th. Stott, 26th. Blake Tovey, after his unfortunate spin early on, in 27th. Chris White's 28th. And Carl Hudson in 29th.
So here we're silver. Yep, we have Zach winning there with Isaac Mitchell, Danny Chan, John Cook, Timon Sloots, Gavin, Philip Fox, Matt Kelly, and Carl Hudson bring up the rear with 2 points there. Bronze, we got obviously Luke Sloots hasn't registered on there for some reason, but that will be rectified. It's just SDK playing really bad tricks on us at the moment. So Luke Sloots takes the win, followed by Rich Meisters and James Pepper, Pete McIntyre, Chris Forrester, Sam Stott, and Chris White bringing up the rear. To be honest, I don't think there's much point in going through the points because the points aren't updated properly. I think we'll just we'll leave it there for the minute.
Yeah, so we will try and get you confirmation of the championship standings at the start of the next round. So that just means that you'll have to tune in next time. So after that exciting conclusion to the race, we will say thank you very much for watching. I've been Mark, joining me has been Steve, and thank you very much and see you next time.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Mark. Thank you very much for everybody joining us and making comments, and we'll see you on next time. All right, good night, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.